The people closest to you, the friend who laughs at your jokes, the colleague who praises your work, the partner who swears devotion, how many of them are already rehearsing the smile they will wear the day you fail? You already sense it. Somewhere beneath the pleasantries, a small, cold instinct has told you that not everyone around you is what they claim to be, but you have no proof, no weapon, nothing but suspicion. Today, that ends. In the next few minutes, I will teach you a test that takes no longer than 3 seconds and exposes what months of friendship and years of marriage often fail to reveal, the true character hiding beneath the performance. I am Niccolò Machiavelli. In the courts of Renaissance Florence, I watched princes rise and fall not because they lacked armies or gold, but because they trusted the wrong faces. Misjudging a man's character was not an inconvenience. In my time, it was a death sentence. So I learned, and I now teach you how to see past the performance that every human being offers the world. The problem we solve today is simple to state and difficult to solve. How do you know, before you hand someone your trust, your love, your money, or your loyalty, whether they are an ally or a wolf in a friend's clothing? Watching them for months will not save you. It will only give them more time to perfect their disguise. What you need is not more time. What you need is 3 seconds. Look closely at everyone who has ever stood near you, a friend, a colleague, a lover, even a stranger eager to win your favor, and accept a truth that will forever change how you judge people. What you meet in them is never their true self. What you meet is a construction, a costume stitched together over months and years, prepared long before you ever entered the room. The smile that greets you did not appear by accident. It was rehearsed. The warmth in their voice was calibrated. Their loyalty, their generosity, their apparent kindness, none of this bursts spontaneously from an honest soul. These are performances, polished the way a craftsman polishes a blade, sharpened precisely for moments, such as the one you are standing in right now. Consider the courtier who serves within the halls of a prince. Does he wake each morning an honest man, turn dishonest by midday, and return to virtue by nightfall? Of course not. He wakes already prepared. For years he has studied how to bow without appearing weak, how to flatter without sounding false, how to disagree while still seeming obedient. His deception does not live in his words alone. Words are the crudest tool of the liar, used only by amateurs. His deception lives in the timing of his laughter, in the humility of his posture, in the exact instant he allows you to feel wiser and more important than you actually are. And he sustains this illusion for years, because years are precisely what a mask requires to become indistinguishable from a real face. Now, bring this understanding into your own life. Look again at the people around you. The friend who always seems to know exactly what you wish to hear. The colleague whose praise conveniently arrives only when your success might also benefit them. The lover who is endlessly attentive while they need something from you, and grows suddenly cold once they no longer do. None of this is accidental. These are masks, tailored patiently over months and sometimes years. And what you have mistaken for their character is only the most useful version of themselves that they have chosen to show you. Here lies a truth most people refuse to accept. We are rarely destroyed by those who arrive looking dangerous. Danger that announces itself is easy enough to guard against. We are destroyed by those who are given enough time to appear entirely safe. Time is the very material from which every convincing mask is built, brick by brick, gesture by gesture, until even the wearer forgets it was ever a disguise, and you forget to question it at all. Give a deceitful man a single week, and he may fool your eyes. Give him a year, and he will fool your heart. Give him a decade, and he will quietly rewrite your memories until you no longer trust even your own instincts about him. This is exactly why the naive are always the most shocked by betrayal. They insist, "But I have known this person for years," as though duration itself were proof of sincerity. They fail to understand that duration is precisely the resource a liar requires most. Virtue displayed during calm, comfortable years costs the performer nothing at all. Loyalty is simple to promise when someone still depends entirely on you. What you are witnessing during those peaceful years is not character at all. It is character's most convincing imitation, granted all the time in the world to rehearse itself into something so smooth, so consistent, so utterly believable, that even the performer sometimes forgets which parts of himself are real and which parts were built only to be seen. And you, standing across from him, mistake this polished consistency for the deepest kind of proof, a proof that reveals nothing at all about what waits quietly beneath the surface, until the day the calm finally breaks. Now consider the second, and far more dangerous, error of the passive mind, the belief that time itself is a faithful servant, quietly gathering proof of a man's character and delivering it to you exactly when you need it most. This is the comforting lie the weak tell themselves, so that they need never act. They imagine time as a slow fire, patiently burning away every disguise until nothing but naked truth remains. But time does not serve you. Time serves whoever controls it. And if you surrender the testing of your friends and allies entirely to fortune, you have handed her the power to choose the hour of your ruin. And she will always choose the worst one. Consider what this passivity truly costs you. You discover that a man is a coward only in the instant you desperately need him to draw his sword beside you. You discover that a partner is a thief only after the treasury has already been emptied. You discover the traitor in your circle only when his knife is already sliding between your ribs. The truth arrives precisely on Fortune's schedule, and Fortune has never once cared for your convenience. In the courts I once served, I watched princes learn this lesson only after paying for it in blood. A prince who waited to see which of his captains would remain loyal discovered his answer on the open battlefield, the moment that captain turned and rode away with half the army behind him. By then, the knowledge was worthless, purchased at the price of the throne itself. Had that same prince manufactured a smaller test months earlier, a minor slight, a delayed payment, a rumor of preferment given to another man, he would have seen the captain's ambition long before it cost him an empire. A general who waits for the enemy's first charge to learn his enemy's nature does not deserve to keep his army. A shipbuilder who waits for the storm to discover a rotten plank does not deserve to keep his crew alive. And you, waiting for catastrophe to reveal who truly stands beside you, do not deserve the safety you so desperately crave. The wise man tests his timber while the sea is still calm, quietly and privately, long before any storm has reason to arrive. This is why you must stop waiting for the crisis and learn instead to manufacture one yourself, in miniature, entirely under your own control. Understand why this works. A calm, comfortable man is a fortified castle, with guards posted at every gate of his expression and his words, all working together to project precisely the image he has calculated will serve him best. Ordinary conversation cannot walk past such guards, no matter how many years you spend trying. But startle that same mind with something sudden, and the guards abandon their posts to deal with the emergency. The rehearsed smile has no time to assemble itself. For one unguarded instant, the raw creature hiding beneath the costume is forced into the open air. So become the quiet architect of small storms. Withdraw a favor you have always freely given, and watch whose warmth cools the moment it disappears. Say no where you have always said yes, and notice whose affection was never truly about you at all. Share a small misfortune without warning, and study the face closely before it remembers what expression it is supposed to wear. Place two companions in a small, artificial division of interest, where helping you costs one of them the slightest inconvenience, and watch carefully which way they lean before calculation has time to arrive. None of this is cruelty, and none of it is catastrophe. It is merely a small stone dropped quietly into a still pond, thrown only to see what briefly stirs in the darkness beneath the surface. Most men refuse to do this, and I will tell you exactly why. To test another person is to admit that you do not already know them, and this wounds a vanity most people guard more fiercely than their own fortune, the comfortable belief that their judgment has always been correct. So they choose blindness and call it loyalty. They choose assumption and call it trust. and they leave the testing of their most important alliances entirely to chance. The weak man asks what danger might come from provoking such a moment. The strong man asks instead what danger already sleeps, unnoticed, inside a house whose every door he has left unlocked and completely untested, waiting patiently for whoever eventually decides to walk through them. Not every shock will serve you. A sudden noise, a spilled cup, an unexpected knock at the door, these startle the body but reveal nothing of the soul, for they touch no desire, no fear, no vanity. What you require are triggers aimed precisely at the three currents running beneath every human heart, currents that no amount of rehearsal can fully dam. There are exactly three such instruments, and each one forces open a different door into a person's true nature, whether that person wishes it opened or not. The first instrument is the sudden taste of unearned power. Understand this clearly, for it is widely misunderstood. Power does not corrupt a man. Power merely removes the fear of consequence that once forced him to pretend he was good. Hand someone even a sliver of authority, let them decide something small that affects you. Defer to their judgment where you ordinarily would not. Allow them a fraction of control they neither earned nor expected, and then watch closely for the next 3 seconds before their mind has time to compose the correct performance of humility. Does the voice sharpen, savoring this new elevation? Does the chin lift? Does the eye dart sideways to see who else is watching this small triumph? Or does the person remain exactly as they were, treating the moment as nothing more than a tool, their calm undisturbed? The one who stays unchanged has shown you something exceedingly rare, a character sturdy enough to hold real power without being remade by it. The one who sharpens, however faintly, has just revealed the precise shape of the tyrant he will become the day you hand him something larger than a sliver. The second instrument is the sudden exposure of your own misfortune, and it cuts deeper than the first because it bypasses calculation entirely and strikes the primitive layer beneath it. Share a loss, a failure, an embarrassment, without warning and without softening it. Then say nothing further and watch the face in the silence that follows. Some will lean toward you before they have even decided to, their concern arriving faster than their thinking. And this instinctive motion is worth more than 1,000 vows of loyalty spoken during comfortable years. Others will pause, offer measured words that commit them to nothing, already calculating in private whether your decline might prove contagious. And a rare few, if your eye is sharp enough to catch it, will show the briefest brightness where grief should be a flicker of satisfaction gone almost before it arrives, instantly buried beneath a hastily arranged look of concern. That flicker is the most honest thing such a person will ever show you, and once seen, it must never be forgotten. The third instrument is the gift of unearned praise, and it is the most disguised of the three, for it arrives wearing the shape of kindness. Credit someone publicly if you can arrange it, for a success that is not fully theirs, or a virtue they do not truly possess. Watch what happens in the following 3 seconds before the correct response has been assembled. The honest soul feels an immediate discomfort at wearing a medal that is not his. He corrects the record, redirects the credit, unable to stomach a truth he did not earn even when it flatters him. The ordinary soul simply accepts it and moves on, neither dishonest nor virtuous, merely unremarkable. But watch closely for the third kind, the one whose eyes sharpen with quiet hunger the instant the false credit is offered, who does not merely accept it but builds upon it, weaving further embellishments into the lie you handed him, expanding his own legend without the smallest hesitation. A man who so effortlessly steals glory that was never his will just as effortlessly manufacture a lie to bury you. The moment his interest requires it now, you must learn the final and most dangerous lesson of all, that everything you have discovered in these 3 unguarded seconds is worthless, even hazardous, in the hands of a fool who cannot resist the temptation to speak. Knowledge of another man's true character is not a confession to be offered up the moment it flatters your vanity. It is a weapon, and a weapon announced before it is used is no weapon at all. It is merely a warning gifted freely to the very person who should have remained forever in the dark about what you had seen. Consider what happens the instant you reveal that a test has taken place. Say to a man, "I noticed how your voice sharpened the moment I gave you a taste of power." And you have not punished him, you have trained him. You have shown him precisely where his mask was thin, precisely which seam requires reinforcing before his next performance. The prince who confronts a suspected traitor with the evidence of his suspicion has not protected his throne. He has merely educated his enemy on exactly how to hide more skillfully the second time. Silence, then, is not politeness. Silence is the entire condition under which your knowledge continues to be useful at all. The instant it is spoken aloud, it begins to decay, and by the time it reaches an ear it was never meant to reach, it has already turned itself against you. So what do you do quietly with what those 3 seconds have revealed? You sort, you classify, you build invisibly 3 circles inside your own mind, circles no one else will ever know exist. Into the first and smallest circle, place those rare souls who stayed steady under a sliver of power, who leaned toward you before calculation could stop them, who could not comfortably wear credit that was never theirs. Do not smother them with declarations of trust that only breeds carelessness in men who should remain humble. Reward them quietly instead, in proportion to what they have already shown you, granting a little more access, a little more responsibility, while you continue to watch. Into the second, largest circle, place the ordinary, those who showed neither instinctive loyalty nor instinctive cruelty, who accepted a little power without abusing it, who accepted praise without building an empire upon it. These are useful precisely because they are predictable, and you arrange your dealings with them so that what serves you also serves their own interest, ensuring loyalty and self-interest happen to point in the same direction. And into the third circle, place the ones who revealed something colder, the voice that sharpened with authority, the flicker of brightness at your misfortune, the eager theft of glory never earned. Do not banish them. A banished enemy operates in shadows where you can no longer see him. Keep him near, smile at him exactly as you always have, and begin. So gradually he never detects the pattern. To withdraw his access, a little less information here, a little less influence there until he has drifted, without ever suspecting why, from your inner circle to your outer one, and eventually into nothing more than a pleasant acquaintance who is told absolutely nothing that matters. But remember this above everything else, for it is the trap that catches even clever men. You are not the only hunter walking through this forest tonight. While you study the faces of others, sharper eyes than your own may already be studying yours. A sudden insult, an unexpected delay, a flattering word offered by a stranger, any of these might be a deliberate strike against your own defenses, designed to see exactly what leaks out of you inside your own unguarded 3 seconds. If your face swells with pride at flattery, if your eyes betray fear the instant the ground shifts beneath you, you have just handed a stranger the precise map of your soul. This is why the final mastery is never merely learning to read others. It is constructing a fortress out of your own countenance, so thoroughly built that no one may ever read you in return. Train yourself to receive sudden victory with nothing more than a mild, unremarkable acknowledgement. Train yourself to swallow the first shock of disaster before it ever reaches your eyes. Train yourself to accept praise, earned or unearned, with a hollow and pleasant grace that reveals neither hunger nor humility. Build deliberately and patiently a gap between the strike of the hammer and the ringing of the bell, a private silence, in which your mind calculates freely while your face remains as still as carved stone. Walk among other men as something closer to a phantom, seeing every hidden dagger aimed toward you, while revealing not a single crack through which anyone might glimpse the blade you carry in return in the end. The world is nothing more than a theater of carefully constructed masks, and the fool is he who waits patiently for time to peel them away on its own, surrendering the timing of his own ruin to fortune's careless hand. The wise man does not wait, he becomes the quiet architect of small, sudden moments, offering a sliver of power, a flash of misfortune, a taste of unearned praise, and watching closely in the 3 seconds before the calculating mind assembles its lie. What he discovers there he does not confess or announce. He sorts it silently into ally, tool, or threat, arranging his world without ever revealing that he has arranged it at all. And having learned to see so clearly into the hearts of others, he turns that same discipline upon himself, building a countenance so composed that no test devised by any man can ever find the seam in it, for in every court, every friendship, every alliance life will offer you, it is never the strongest who endure, nor the most virtuous who prevail, but always, without exception, the one who sees the most while revealing the least.